A change of mind, guys. Manchester United seems to be giving up on a new striker as Ruben Amorim is contemplating sticking with what he has. Is that even an option? Welcome to the Night of Sport. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment and let me know in your view whether you think they should even think about it. Considering how you saw United struggle for goals in the previous season, do you think we should even think about trusting the guys we have as number 9s, regardless which new players we bring in to support them in terms of 10s and other departments where we are certainly looking to boost? Now, here's the latest that is coming in. First of all, the latest is the internet is the new way of earning money, a lot of money, good money that you will keep reaping, I think, for the rest of your life, because the internet is not going to leave anytime soon, and the money you earn will keep accumulating. That's the beauty about the internet, is that the money you earn does not stop. It just keeps coming and keeps increasing basing on how much work you put in. I think for me, that's the best way to earn. If your earning is commensurate with the work you put in, I think that's only fair, isn't it? That's what the internet gives you. That's why people are filthy rich online. Come, learn how to earn, but be sure you've got to put in some work. It's not money falling from heaven like manna. No, it's money you work for, but you're guaranteed you're going to earn from wherever you are. That's what I teach. Come to me anytime, every time. Now, guys, we know that Man United seems to be hitting a dead end when it comes to the striker department, from Gyökeres to baby reports about Osimhen and then Hugo Ekitike overpriced. It seems clearly that all Man United targets are either too expensive or have opted to join another club. I'm talking Liam Delap, who chose Chelsea over United. I'm talking Gyökeres, who seems to have chosen Arsenal. At least, so it seems. I'm not fully convinced that he did, but so it seems. Then, Hugo Ekitike, who is crazily, insanely expensive. Now, as it looks now, Man United could be, because you always have your options from plan A to plan Z. You plan for every situation if the worst comes to the worst. And United, for whichever reason, could be financial fair play, financial limitations, could be the lack of the right option to bring in. If Man United were pushed to that limit, could sticking with Rasmus Hojlund, Joshua Zirkzee, converted into a proper 9, and Chido Obi be an option? Let's look at it critically and honestly, without emotions, without feelings. Now, for one, there are people who will be of the school of thought, and I've seen many, that Man United can trust Hojlund. We know he's attracting attention from Italy, Inter Milan being the main team there, showing interest in him. But the truth is, you cannot rule out a 22-year-old kid completely, especially if he showed you that he can score a few goals in his first season. Banking on the first season that Rasmus Hojlund had with Man United, if you base just on that, you can probably feel he can deserve at least one season to see how it goes. So that, for me, would make sense. If they say, we've not got the options we wanted in this window, we don't need to sign everybody in the same window. Let us stick with what we have, give it a season. Hojlund being the main guy, give him a season and see whether Amorim can improve him, because we are talking of a 20-year-old kid who has earned himself a £72 million price tag. United were convinced to pay. 1-2 seasons later, you don't give up on him completely, unless you've got the better option you've been scanning for around. Now, it seems for United, like I started, the better option is not there. It's not even clear. So, why don't you be patient and give Rasmus Hojlund a season and see, give him time to fail in a working system. You've brought better players. Give him a chance to fail. I think that's a principle of fairness. Now, there is that option. The other option will be to elevate Joshua Zirkzee ahead of Rasmus Hojlund and probably loan out Hojlund if you don't want to keep him around as a player, or if you don't want to relegate him to a backup, then loan him and see how it goes, and then elevate Joshua Zirkzee to the number 9, the starting number 9, and let Chido Obi be his deputy. Again, try to see how it will look with all these hot 10s that you brought in. Will the goals come? That's option number 2. But of course, with that, there comes a little bit of patience as well, because you're talking a Zirkzee who has not really played as a 9 really for that long. He's more of a, like he calls himself a 9.5. So it's more of a try and error. So you're giving him time to learn and adapt. So it may not happen in that one season, but probably in that season you can see the signs that he can be able to do it. If it fails, then go in the market in Jan and quickly look for another player. Or if it's terrible. The third option would be to bite the bullet and elevate the young lad Chido Obi to the starting number 9, because the truth is, of all the strikers we have, Chido Obi is the natural goal scorer that we've seen. He's better than Zirkzee and Hojlund in terms of understanding what a 9 is supposed to do. The thing is, he's just not experienced for that level because he's a kid, definitely. But if you've got players like Cunha and Brian Beumo behind you, you've got Ahmad flying in from a wing, you've got Bruno and a solid midfielder, you've got Emi Martinez in between the sticks. I think as a striker, as Chido Obi, you will feel cushioned and safe to express yourself as a striker, because I think it's all about confidence. So probably that's a bullet you can want to bite if you really see that in him, and you try him out as the 9. Elevate him past Zirkzee and Hojlund. Let one of them be his backup and hope you can give him the time in that one season, even maybe a second, and see. That probably would be a bit of it would look to many like you're throwing him in the deep end, but at times if a player is good, you want to throw them in the deep end. There are players who will shine off that. There are players who will live for such, that you give me that huge responsibility to be the one, hunting for the goals. I just run away with it. Remember the profile of a striker that Amorim wants. I explained it to you here. Partly, I think for the most part of the strikers we have, Chido Obi is the closest to it. Besides him being young, he's got the height, he's got the positioning. I feel like he shoots at goal. I think quite often, more often than definitely than Hojlund ever did. Then I think he has got the movements of a striker. He's good with his back to goal. He can use the ball well. I think he has got the basic good attributes of a number 9. The thing is, he's only too young. That starting him now at Man United would feel like a deep end. Like this is a big club, big pressure, and huge role, being the one leading the line. But it's a bullet that can be that we can bite and see how it works. So one of those could be an option for Amorim should we fail to find the right profiles of players to bring into this team. For me, bringing in a player for the sake of it, I don't think it's not an option. You would rather be patient with the guys we have. I've not really completely given up on Hojlund, personally 100%. Neither have I given up on Zirkzee. I think Amorim can make Zirkzee better. So can he do, I think, Hojlund. Chido Obi as well. Certainly his best is way ahead of him. For him, it's not even a debate. It's a thing of, is he ready to be put there, or is he going to be introduced slowly? But the truth is, the situation with the striker is looking ugly, and not only for Man United. If you realize, no club has got, I think, their first priority of a striker yet. No club. From Liverpool, they're taking their time on Isak. So Arsenal, Gyökeres and Isak and Sesko, they are struggling. HTK is the other striker. All the hot strikers that fit in the so-called big clubs have a lot of attachments to them, in terms of a lot of should I say hindrances attached to them. It's either the agent or the term or the club that owns them, or it's the player not having the ambition or desire. There is something not clicking about these strikers that you feel. Of talk of Osimhen, there seems to be a lot of dirt around all of them, that unless you're so good, I would rather not gamble, for me, honestly, in a set like Man United is in right now. Unless you're so good, I would not gamble to spend £84 million on a Chitike if we spent 72 million 2 seasons ago on Hojlund. I would rather be a little more patient with Hojlund and see what he can do with a full season with Ruben Amorim, but also with 2 of the best number 10s in English football. I would rather I think they even by nature they deserve it. I think it's a natural thing. It's the right thing. It's the humane thing to do. That if you brought players who are going to create chances and bring the balls to these players, give them a chance to fail. Give them a chance to fail. Other than again trying to break the bank to sign another prospect in Echitike for so much money when there are no guarantees. The pressure of Man United is different. It's so different. So that's honestly what I think. But you can let me know, in your view, what you think should be the solution to the goalkeeping department, because rather to the goal scoring department, because it's not clear at all. It's I think moving on it at a total space. And yes, whereas Mbeumo will be soon out of the way, certainly a goalkeeper, I don't think the goalkeeper talks will take long. I think the striker is going to be a headache, and for everyone, not just Man United. So do we stick with what we have and just decide to give them one season to fail, or must we do whatever we can to bring in a striker? That's the question I'm putting to you. Drop down a comment and let me know what you think in your honest opinion. And if we do choose to stick with what we have, is Hojlund remaining ahead, or are we elevating Zirkzee and Chido Obi ahead of them? I would say just trust Hojlund a little bit. Give him one season, or even half a season. Even half a season is enough. By January, you will see. If a striker is going to score goals, by that time you can see, and you can see that indeed this striker will score goals. Even in training, if he's going to train with the team during preseason, with Mbeumo and Cunha there, certainly you can see whether there is really reason for you to believe that the goals will come. But other than that, we might really rush to sign a player, expensive but not quite it. Because that's the hardest position to fill for Man United in this transfer window. My name is Web. Like, share, subscribe. Come, learn and earn. Learn how the internet pays. Understand the business of the internet to avoid being scammed, to avoid wasting your data and time without bringing in anything for yourself. It will change your life in more ways than I can explain. Just look at it, think about it, and imagine it. The world has changed a lot in everything when it comes to the internet. Imagine how much more it has changed, how much more the internet has affected how businesses, work, how money is made. I think certainly it's so much. You've got to understand it if you don't. Otherwise, you're lagging behind, fam. The world is moving so fast because of the internet. Don't you lag behind. I'm waiting for you. Come learn and earn. The number is down there on your screen. Peace, love, and harmony. Cheers.